Of course, Google me to just find out that I'm nowhere to be found on Google. I'm not yet on Google because, number one, I'm not an overachiever. Number two, neither have I done something extraordinarily well or something really out of the box. But the question comes, why am I here standing in front of all of you at such an esteemed stage of TEDxDAVV, speaking along some of the wonderful speakers with me sitting right there and in front of such a wonderful audience? Well, the answer to that is that one habit of mine, that just single habit of mine that has actually brought me here today on this stage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today here I am to speak about, number one, my understanding of the term evolve and evolving. Number two, that particular one habit of mine that has actually brought me on stage today. And number three, and the most important, how that one habit can help each and every one of us sitting here to evolve and become better versions of ourselves. Well, let me begin with, for the time being, I want all of you to visualize an image in your minds. आप सभी से मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप सभी एक इमेज अपने माइंड्स में विजुलाइज करें जिसमें एक पर्सन है, मे बी स्कल्पचर होगा, वो एक पत्थर को तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है एंड द एंड गोल इज टू स्प्लिट दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टोन इनटू टू. वो इंसान बार बार मार रहा है, हथौड़े से बार बार उस पत्थर पे मार रहा है, लेकिन वो पत्थर नहीं टूटता. And he continues till 50 times he hammers the stone, but the stone does not break. He fails each and every single time. Now, when he hits the stone for the 51st time, the stone actually drifts apart and splits into two. तो मेरा क्वेश्चन आप सभी से ये है कि वो जो पत्थर है जो अभी टूटा, क्या वो पत्थर वो एक सिंगल 51st हिट से टूटा, मात्र वो एक 51st हथौड़े की चोट पे टूटा, या कंटिन्यूअसली 51 टाइम्स उसको बार बार जब उस व्यक्ति ने मारा तब वो टूटा? I guess we all know the answer. It's definitely the continuous beating of the stones and hitting the stone 51 times that has actually caused that stone to break apart. Well, this is something very relatable in our lives as well, but we fail to realize it. I mean, we try to get that certificate, we try to get that achievement, we try to get that extra paycheck, we try to get that A+, an extra grade, we try to get our things done, we try to get that set objectives. But my question is, do we always get, and are we always able to get what we try for? Well, if you ask me, the answer to that is a big no. And here in the audience, I would like to ask that, do you all the time get what you try for in just one single attempt? In just one single attempt? Well, the answer to that would be a big no. That those failed attempts are not all the lost battles. Those are just like the other 50 times hammering the stone. And when you get the thing, it's just, when you get your thing done, it's just that 51st time when you get that stone broken into two parts. Isliye, it's not the lost battle. It's not something that you have lost. The failed attempts are not what you have lost. एक कहते हैं, तू रख हौसला वो मंजर भी आएगा, तू रख हौसला वो मंजर भी आएगा, जब प्यासे के पास चलकर समंदर भी आएगा. तू थक कर ना बैठ ए मंजिल के मुसाफिर, तू थक कर ना बैठ ए मंजिल के मुसाफिर, मंजिल भी मिलेगी और मजा भी आएगा. Well, now I would like to tell you and conclude my understanding of evolving. Evolving for me is not the end product. It's not that competition I have won or lost. But it's about the process that I have been a part of. It's about the process that I have undergone being the part of that particular event, competition, or just anything. So it's not the final product, but it's the process itself. Evolve का मतलब वो एक भविष्य में लिए जाने वाला एक बड़ा कदम नहीं है. छोटे छोटे कदम जो आप आज लेने वाले हैं उसका मतलब है evolve. And this brings me to the second part of my talk, which is very interesting, that one habit of mine that has brought me here today on this stage. It's something related to opportunities, and to be specific, exploring opportunities. Well, opportunities is one thing that we all, some or the other time, have taken for granted. I mean, of course, after our parents. I was always somebody who truly believed in the art of multitasking, and I was somebody who would just take part in each and everything that came in my way. I remember the earlier years of my school, I would take part in acting, I would take part in dancing, I would take part in singing, I would take part in sports, and just everything that came in my way. And this one habit of mine has actually helped me a lot, has transfigured me indeed, I would say. When I propagate this idea, many people say, and many people argue that, Aryan, what is this? I mean, how can you say becoming jack of all and master of none help you? Instead, why don't you say, become jack of none, but master of at least one? Completely agreed. That's a brilliant idea. But my question for them is, how do you recognize that one particular thing, one particular art form, or one particular field you want to master in, and the other you don't want to master in? Well, the answer to that is just as simple. You will have to explore all of the available options to some extent, to some depth, so that you come to a decisive decision that, okay, this is one thing I want to master in, this is one thing I don't want to be a master in, or probably be a jack in, and these are the things I probably would not even touch. And this gives you a knowledge of your strengths and weaknesses, maybe what you're good at, or maybe what your interests really are. Having said that, I often talk about this idea with my juniors, seniors, colleagues, and the other people probably of my age. And when I say them, they probably say, Aryan, you are saying absolutely right. But the point is, घर वाले बोलते हैं कि पहले पढ़ाई कर ले. Thankfully, I have wonderful parents. They have always supported me in all my endeavors, be it starting a film production house, or be it working on my startup, or be it about the environmental project that I run. But still today, when I go to my mom and dad and, I try to sell them an idea, I tell them about a novel project I'll be working on, the first thing that my mom or dad are probably going to say is things like, Beta, पहले exam तो हो जाने दे. ये सब एग्जाम के बाद कर लेना, बस ये वाला इंटरव्यू हो जाने दे, फिर जो करना है कर लेना, पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दे ले पहले. And you know what? These are not really my parents' fault or the fault of our generations above us. उनकी गलती नहीं है. क्यों? मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Most of the Indian middle class students and children have all heard this or this once or the other time. I would request all of you to again visualize one thing कि एक बच्चा है जो नदी पार करके स्कूल जाने वाला है, और एक और बच्चा है जो स्ट्रीट लाइट के नीचे पढ़ रहा है. ये दोनों ही चीजें मुझे कभी ना कभी मेरे पापा ने बोली, बेटा हम स्कूल ऐसे जाया करते थे, हमें स्ट्रीट लाइट के नीचे पढ़ना होता था. पापा, अगर आप स्ट्रीट लाइट के नीचे पढ़ ही रहे थे तो मतलब रात के अंधेरे में पढ़ रहे तो सूरज के उजाले में तो पढ़ोगे ही. जब आप दिन रात पढ़ ही रहे हो तो आपके ग्रेड्स में वो रिफ्लेक्ट क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Well, jokes apart, but the point here I'm trying to make is that at their time, when they were small, they were young, the kind of education they had, the limited access to the education infrastructure has made them think that education is still a privilege. And probably this is also going to be the case with our generations, probably when we go of their age, when we become of their age. But the point is, how long? How long are we going to hold on to those opinionated thoughts and deny the possibility of an endless the possibility of an endless beautiful future? Some or the other time, aaj nahi to kal, we all, not just our parents, but we ourselves as well, will all have to come out of that opinionated mindset and to accept freely the endless possibilities that the future holds for us. And having said that, this brings me to the third part of the talk, which is how this one habit has helped me a lot, and personally, more important, would help, I would say, each and every one of sitting here in some or the other ways. Number one, learnings. Now, I again have a task for you. I'll ask a simple question. Imagine yourself in a case where you are exactly at the same place, same zone, no change at all, at the exact same spot you were a month ago. Not that scary, right? 6 months ago, a little scary maybe, but 1 or more ago, very scary. पता है नदी भी सिर्फ तब तक साफ है जब तक वो बहती है. ठहरा हुआ तो पानी भी गंदा हो जाता है, फिर हम हमारे जीवन में ठहराव कैसे ला सकते हैं? और you know, when you try multitasking, when you are involved into various things, you actually learn so many things. You learn the art of multitasking. You learn to manage your time well. You learn to manage difficult conditions. You learn so many things. And one of the very important thing in the long list I have is you learn to come out of your comfort zone. क्योंकि growth सिर्फ comfort zone के बाहर है. And you learn to come out of your comfort zone. Number 2. Confidence. Well, when I say that, of course, a person who has been taking part in most of the things that comes in his way will have confidence because he probably has got a lot of chances to speak on the stage, or maybe he has interacted so many different people, so many cultures, so many new places. That is one way of looking at it. The other way is, न जाने कितना हारा हूं मैं, न जाने कितना हारा हूं मैं हारने की सोच से. And you know, having said that, when I participate in so many things, I might not win always. And personally speaking, I have lost more number of times than winning. And when you lose so many times, you lose one more important thing, and that is very important to lose that. You lose the fear of losing. आपके अंदर जो हारने का डर है, वो हार जाता है. And that is one wonderful thing that happens, and that's also the way you get confidence. Well, number 3 is, you know, when an enterprising individual and when somebody who always looks for opportunity around does not get it, he actually creates opportunity not for just himself but also for the people around. He creates opportunities. Instead of a taker, he becomes receiver. You know, I'm always fascinated about acting. I'm a passionate actor. In class 8th, it was precisely, if I say, I thought the options I have in my school, the competitions, assemblies, events are very limited for, in the scope of acting. I started performing street plays. And I also collected a group of my own having similar interest. And we first made street plays. We would do street plays. We would also get invited by the municipalities. And today we make short films. But the point is, in this process, one opportunity that lacked in my surroundings, I would not say I have done something, but actually that mindset of mine helped me to create opportunity not just for me, but also for the people around. One more learning, and this is very important one. You know, I might sound a little philosophical here, but I do believe in it. You never know when that one small step of yours, one small participation in an event, in a competition, in a volunteering work, might change your life forever. And that we call destiny. Further extending my example, we started making short films, and very recently we made a short film on normalizing menstruation, normalizing periods, that got nominated under various lists in the National Film Contest by the Indian Film House. No, it's not for this. The point here I'm trying to make is that you never know what doing of what one particular thing can actually help you in your future. You never know in what ways can it come in your future and help you. And one more very important thing, and this is probably the best thing, is experience. It's not about the winning, it's not about losing, it's not about the trophy I have won, it's not about the paycheck or the reward I have been able to secure. It's not about all of that. It's about the process. And as I said, process is evolving. And in this process of evolving, you get an experience. And my friends, these experiences are not just good or the bad ones. When I say experiences, it's the sum total of all the good experiences and all the bad experiences you have had. And having said that, I would just say that this TEDx talk here at DAVV's TEDx stage probably is going to add in my list of experiences as a wonderful one. And I would just conclude by saying that when you're not evolving, you're not changing. And when you're not changing, you're not learning. And when you're not learning, neither are you changing, then my dear friends, what is the damn point of being here? Don't you think if you're not changing, if you're not evolving, your very existence is in question? Well, this is about my understanding of the theme evolve, and this was my take on the topic. Thank you so much.